Breaking news right now on Denver 7 News at 5 a.m. President Biden will call on Congress to lift the federal gas tax ahead of the busy 4th of July weekend. How much it could save you at the pump. Also breaking this morning, 1,000 people are dead and hundreds injured after a 6-magnitude earthquake strikes Afghanistan. We have new videos showing the desperate attempts to evacuate people. And the Avs are hoping to return to their winning ways tonight in Game 4. We're live from Tampa with the latest on Nazem Kadri's recovery and the new honor for Cale Makar, hopefully lifting everyone's spirits ahead of Game 4 tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Brady.
And I'm Brian Sanders. Yeah, that was a nice surprise for Avs fans yesterday with Makar winning that award. Good morning to you from Thunder Alley. This is the fan zone just outside of Amalie Arena, and a place where there will be a huge watch party later today for Game 4, a critical Game 4 for both teams, which means the watch parties will be big back in Denver too. Lisa Hidalgo joins us with a look at the game day forecast back in Denver.
And it's a pretty good one. Looking sharp, Brian. I'm glad we gave him more than one shirt, right?
Right.
But I'm on my last burgundy one, so.
Yeah, Nicole's on the last.
We gotta win this fast.
A little shopping happening later today. Take a look at our satellite and radar. It is going to be some good weather for the watch party. Things starting to heat up again. It didn't feel like the start of summer yesterday. It was a cooler day for us. Beautiful, though, yesterday afternoon. You can see a little cloud cover here over the northern Front Range this morning, picking up a few showers to the southeast, but otherwise, we're going to be under some pretty clear and dry conditions early this morning. As far as our temperatures go, you're stepping out the door this morning to 50s. You're going to find upper 40s in through the foothills, a little cooler there, but right now here from City Park, and we're at about 54 degrees, wind southwest at 10 miles per hour. The warm up today puts us at around 85 to near 88 degrees by 4 o'clock, and then we'll cool into the upper 70s by 9. Highs anywhere from Denver north up to Fort Collins, close to 90. We're going to be a lot closer to 90 tomorrow. Cool weather, though, on the way this weekend. We'll have details on that coming up.
And right now, the drive overall looks pretty good. That weather is good for overnight construction. There's been plenty of it, including up here to the north. You can see it, I-25 up by Johnson's Corner, the southbound, northbound side. They continue to work on some of these bridges up here, and they continue to work on that project that will continue throughout the rest of the year. Take a look at the drive here across most of Metro Denver. Looks just fine, except for this lowered section of I-70. From the camera over there, there's still some road work happening where they're picking up the last of the pieces. I'm actually going to get a tour of the tunnel, the new eastbound tunnel later on today, so I'll let you know what that's like in the next week or so. Take a look at the overall drive times. Looks pretty good for us. No other big problems anywhere else around town as you make your way out and about.
All right, let's get back out to Brian in Tampa because, Brian, the Avs lead the series 2-1, but tonight's game is pretty critical after that loss on Monday.
Yeah, this became a different series on Monday, and now fans have to be on their edge of their seats with tonight's Game 4. Because a win, obviously, for the Avs would mean they have a chance to win the Stanley Cup on home ice on Friday. A loss means a 2-2 split in the series, and that could set up a battle to 7 games and go the distance. As for the Avs team, center Nate McKinnon was the first player on the ice before practice yesterday here at Amalie Arena. He has just 2 assists and no goals yet in this series. So he may be feeling some extra pressure to produce. Head coach Jared Bednar says it's only a matter of time, though, before he breaks through.
You know, everyone's going to look at, like, stats, you know, but there's more to the game than that for me, and it's a matter of time for him. I don't think he's squeezing it or anything right now. I think he's playing his game, and he's confident in our team, and he's confident that if he continues to do that, he'll get rewarded.
Also, hopeful news for the Avs. Yesterday we saw Nazem Kadri skate with the team for the first time back on the ice since thumb surgery, that injury that he suffered in the Edmonton series. We don't know if he'll play yet in Game 4. Bednar says he's an option. He's kind of been day-to-day up until now, and we will hear from the team this morning after their morning practice. Meanwhile, another boost of good news for the Avs. I want to say congratulations to Cale Makar. The Avs young defenseman won the Norris Trophy Tuesday night as the league's best defenseman. Many thought it would go to Nashville's Roman Josi, so a pleasant surprise for his teammates and the fans. He is the first Avs player to win the Norris, and he led all defensemen in the NHL this year with 28 goals. So some good news. Hopefully that's just more positive energy headed into a pivotal game for tonight, Nicole.
Yes, we need it. Thank you, Brian. Stick with Denver 7, of course, all day for Stanley Cup final coverage. Our pregame show is at 5:30 p.m. Puck drops at Amalie Arena at 6, and stay with us for our postgame coverage in Denver 7 News at 10. Getting to some breaking news overnight now, possible relief coming to the gas pump. President Biden will call on Congress today to temporarily pause state and federal gas taxes. So together, that could save you 40 cents a gallon. Denver 7's Micah Smith is live. And Micah, this is something Governor Polis has been calling for many months now.
Absolutely, Nicole, and you just said the reason why. The White House is hoping this will bring some relief to drivers who have been paying a history-making gas price at the pump for the past few weeks. Now, right now, the federal gas tax on gas is about 18.4 cents per gallon and about 24.4 cents per gallon for diesel. And if the White House does go through with this, which it plans to, or hopes to, I should say, this would cost the federal government about $10 billion. But President Biden says this could all be worth it. Governor Polis has been very supportive of this move and reiterated that point last weekend on NBC's Meet the Press. A few weeks ago, Polis signed a new bill into law that stops Colorado's new gas fee to help fund infrastructure from going into effect until April 2023. It would have added 2 cents a gallon on top of Colorado's gas tax, which is 22 cents per gallon. We talked to Skylar McKinley, Regional Director of Public Affairs with AAA, and he says the fee and tax suspensions are nice, but drivers may not notice much of a difference.
The president, like any policymaker, knows that this is the number one thing on Americans' minds right now. I think that there are symbolic gestures that can be made, but really, if the president could do much to lower gas prices, every president would lower gas prices as much as they could, especially in an election year.
Now, it's worth noting there hasn't been much movement from Congress toward the president's request of suspending the federal gas tax, and the president has also called on states to suspend state gas taxes. Now, as state and federal leaders try to figure out how to bring some relief at the pump, I did check AAA this morning, and the national average per gallon of gas is $4.95, Nicole.
It's brutal. Thank you, Micah. If you filed your state taxes, you will get more money back from the accelerated Tabor refund payments than originally thought. This is money you were already expected to get next spring, but a law passed last month that will send the checks out in late summer instead. A new forecast says Colorado's economy is recovering more strongly, so refunds for single filers will go up from $400 to now at least $750. Joint filers will get double that. The payment should hit your bank account by September. Colorado's primary is less than a week away, and one of the big decisions for voters this cycle is the governor's race. Governor Polis has no primary challenger, but there are 2 Republicans vying to take him on. Heidi Ganal is an entrepreneur and member of the CU Board of Regents. She's the only Republican to currently hold statewide office. Ganal says her priorities are safety, the economy, and affordability.
What I hear around the state is folks are really upset and frustrated about government overreach, whether it's taxes, fees, regulations, moving industries out of Colorado, like the energy industry. We need to make sure that we trust the people of Colorado to make good decisions for themselves and their businesses, their families, their kids, first and foremost. And that's what I call the Colorado way of life.
Ganal is facing businessman Greg Lopez in the primary. He's the former mayor of Parker, a disabled veteran, and the former district director for the U.S. Small Business Administration's Colorado office. Lopez ran for governor unsuccessfully in 2018. He said his main priorities are addressing affordability and crime.
Crime is really a big issue here in the state of Colorado because it impacts families. It impacts our quality of life. And so we need to make sure that we give back qualified immunity to the police officers, that we figure out a way where we can be tough on crime once again, because I think that's really what's tearing apart our community fabric.
And we talked to the candidates about everything from abortion to climate change to inflation. You can watch the full interviews on our website, thedenverchannel.com.
It's going to be a pretty pleasant day today. It was gorgeous yesterday. Today, a little warmer. Highs are going to be in the mid to upper 80s this afternoon. Here's a look at your biking forecast early on, 60s by about 9 o'clock. We'll see plenty of sunshine today, a little increase in cloud cover this afternoon. Coming up, we have a cold front. It hits this weekend quite a bit cooler. I'll have all the details on the Super 7 Day.
And the overall drive still looking pretty nice. About anywhere you want to go here this morning. Foothills to the south, whether this is going to be down in Castle Rock, looking great for us here along I-25 through the Gap Project. They are doing still some work in the express lanes over the next several weeks, so do be prepared for maybe some lane restrictions down there, but right now it looks great.
Disturbing new details are emerging about the response to the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde.
1 hour, 14 minutes, and 8 seconds. You know, it's not just a lifetime, it's many lifetimes.
Law enforcement now accused of putting police lives over the lives of children. And more people are returning to ride shares as gas prices stay high. The option Uber is bringing back.